Hi guys, it's me, the Witch of Boise, here to do another episode of Toasty Turbo Nights, Toasty Turbo Nights. That is a show that I do on an almost weekly basis where we have some drinks, and that can be cocktails, mocktails, water, tea, and then we do some tarot and we just chat and hang out. It's super fun. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe, also comment below. Tell me if any of the readings resonate with you. I'd love to hear it. Or if you want to start a dialogue, totally cool too. Before I begin, these readings are general readings, so if they resonate with you, woo! I'm super stoked. If they don't resonate with you, well, I'm very sorry. But there are other readings and other videos on my channel, so make sure you do subscribe, and you can watch those and see if any of those resonate with you, because you never know. Also, if love becomes a part of the reading, my default is reading to a female about a male, so pronouns are interchangeable. He's can be she, she's can be he's, he, she, them, or they. Whatever is going on in your life, let's get started. Yay, it's Friday. Woo! Clink. So good. All right. Let's just dive right in and get to our first reading. All right, so let's see what tarot wants to talk about. Okay, that is too many. That was 4. Look for 3 flip outs. So, and then if they go to the side like this, then I flip them upwards. This is definitely a reversal. And how I can tell with this deck is that the pink is the upright. That's why I really like this deck too, is that there isn't a surprise of what's reversed, what isn't. So for a really long time, I don't like reading reversals at all, because I feel like there is light and there are light and positive. Let me just put you on hold. Okay, sorry about that. I actually put on YouTube for my cats. My dog doesn't really care, but there are like bird videos and stuff like that. So I thought I'd put that on, and then an advertisement came on. So I'm like, yeah, we don't need that in our reading. We don't need advertisements in our reading. Although I would like advertisements, because I'm almost there. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. So make sure that you do tell your friends about me and have them subscribe as well. Join the coven. Okay. Wow. I'm kind of excited. So the only cards that I'm seeing, okay, that was a cluster cuss. The only cards that are upright are 4 of Swords that are facing in their upright is 4 of Swords and Justice. So really cool energy of, and now 3 of Cups in reverse. But anyways, before I pause that, I didn't like doing reversals for a really long time. I still prefer not to. That's why I really like this deck. Because all cards have, they have positives and negatives, no matter how they are. So, reversals, I've always, how I've learned them are super negative, but they aren't. They're the opposite. That's how I've learned them. The opposite, but it's also an intuition feel. Okay. So our first card is the King of Wands, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Four of Swords. We have the King of Cups in reverse. We have Death in reverse. Ten of Wands. Ace of Cups. Justice. Four of Cups. And then our, three, oh my gosh. And our Three of Cups in reverse. Okay. So I'm getting a feel that you are really on top of your passion game. Like, you're really discovering what your passions are. And I feel like that there are people that are disapproving of these passions. And I feel like it's kind of like a tight-knit community that is not really supportive of what you're doing. And I feel like that's friends, and that can be family members, some family members. And I feel like this has made you want to stop. And not just stop completely, but like pause it. But there's some sort of turmoil that I'm feeling and like a burden with it. So this can be like an activity, this is really resonating with me in my own personal life. Like a hobby or something that you really, really enjoyed, but something happened where it wasn't fun anymore, or people disapproved of it, or something that is like that. So it's like you're taking a pause from this passion project. This passion project can also be something that might be controversial in the way that like your family disapproves of it. So I'm thinking of like you started your own like a blog or something that's like that, and maybe it's a little bit risque. Maybe it talks about sex and your family members are super conservative. Something that's kind of along those lines where they're supportive, but it's just like not my thing. And I feel like the lack of support is really just making you rest on it. And it feels like you don't have the support either, so you're doing all of this but on your own. It's going to be worth it in the end, but I feel like this is really affecting your emotions. It's really affecting just like your emotional state. But it doesn't feel like that this is an end. This is not an end to your passion project or whatever this is resonating with you. This is not an end. It's just going to feel like a burden for a while. But then you're going to start up again, and it's going to be the Ace of Cups. You're going to be finding it again, and it's going to be even that much more. You're going to have that much more love for it. And like the scales they're going to balance out. So you're going to get justice over whatever is going on, because you're going to actually have emotional success with it. I'm not getting any sort of financial success, but really emotional success. And I think people are going to actually see that, where they're like, this actually makes this person really happy, so we should stop. But there is a funk that's going to be with it, and that funk is that your friends or this close group is still, after all of this is said and done, they might come around a little bit, but there's still going to be some issues. And I feel like this is going to be like how they were beforehand, where it was unsupportive and you're holding on to kind of that grudge. And maybe this is the time that you also clean house in like friendships and things like that. Or if you have family members that are not supportive, like it's not that you cut them off or anything, but maybe it's time to like distance yourself and get that healthy boundary of, hey, you're not even being supportive of what I'm doing. And it's time to kind of move on from that. All right, guys, that is it for that reading. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe, also comment below. Let's do a little cheers. Cheers. All right. Let's do one more reading. What does tarot want to talk about? When I was doing this over New Year's with all my friends here, my one friend Kelsey was like, wow, you're a really aggressive shuffler. And that just popped into my mind. Yeah, I am. I am physically not a gentle person. I don't have a gentle touch. It's just like with writing and drawing and things, I can't put a pen to paper without like really just going hard. Okay, so that's way too many cards. So it looks like we have 2 so far. 2 of them are reversed, and then the upright and visible one is the High Priest, which is also the Hierophant. Got another reversed. I think. Okay. So what I'm going to do before we begin, I am going to also do, oh, excuse me, I'm going to do some clarifying cards as well. Ooh, okay. 3 of Swords in reverse. We have the Chariot in reverse. The Hierophant is upright. And then we have 9 of Swords in reverse. Wow. Okay. So clarifying the 3 of Swords in reverse is 8 of Cups. Clarifying, and there's that. And then clarifying the Chariot in reverse is the Star. And these are all upright too. The High Priest is the 7 of Cups. Wow. And then we have the Page of Wands as a clarifier for the 9 of Swords. Very interesting. And I feel a little bit of this reading is going to be bleeding from the last reading as well. Especially this. So you are moving on from heartbreak, from a betrayal, from someone that has ruined your trust. And that's with that 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords, what the swords are doing is they're falling out. They're upside down. So when you see it on the reverse, it's like they're piercing through and they're getting all the way through until you get to the handle. And when it's upside down, it's releasing them. So there's a lot of like release that's going on. There's a lot of letting go and moving on from this emotional thing. This can be like a relationship, an ex. This can be an old friendship where it's just ended really bad. Just something that had to do with heartbreak. And it feels like, just from the sense that I'm getting, especially with this little number right here, this star, I feel like you've been working on this and you've been working on healing yourself and you are moving forward. Now, you can't, there's a blockage too with the Chariot being in reverse. This healing's happening and this moving on is super great. But with this Chariot in reverse, it's not being able to go to your goal. There's a balance act as well. There's an imbalance, I should say. because with the Chariot, it's all about balance and being able to control. Two, in the traditional imagery, it's two Sphinx, and it's being able to control them and go towards to war. So it's really time to focus on this healing, because there's more healing that needs to happen with this star. And it's interesting too, because we are also in Aquarius, and this is Aquarius's card too. So right now, I think that you're feeling like you want to move forward and you want to really honestly move on, but you have to make sure that it's not just this, that it's everything. Just because someone has hurt you doesn't mean that it doesn't stem from somewhere else. So it's really focusing on the overall picture and the past in that sense. What has hurt you before, and what has made you get into this cycle of feeling like this? Because the Three of Swords is not a great card. In reverse, it's great because it is falling. But this is just not great that has happened to you before the healing and all of this. So really focus on that healing, the overall picture. Now there's a lesson to be learned with the High Priest, also the Hierophant, and the Seven of Cups. There's many lessons that you need to learn from this experience. But it's almost like pick your poison. Like that's kind of what keeps popping into my mind. Like, what is it? Because I feel like there's several root issues. So it's picking one and really healing on that one. Once you find the source of each of these cups, each of these 7 cups, there might be more, there might be less. But once you find each individual lesson per cup, I think this is going to unlock your Chariot card to go forward. Now, the 9 of Swords. This is upright. It's about depression, anxiety. This could be mental illness, as well as it is the Drama Queen card, as you can see. She's on the bed with her arm over and looking all that. Well, with the 9 of Swords, I feel like you're coming to reality in a sense. Like this has all been like a bad dream, and you're waking up from it. You're falling out of bed. And with each sword that you're passing through or passing by is just it's kind of like a cut. And I feel like this is just opening up all of this with this healing, and it's not going to be fun. Like it's not going to be. But I feel like you're falling into this and you're going to learn from all of these lessons and everything. And with the swords are going to be different ideas. Like 9 different ideas, 9 different thoughts. And that they're going to be really powerful. And one of them, because you have the Page of Wands, is going to really stick. And really stick with you. This is going to unleash that passion and that passion project, that potential that you're wanting to unleash. But you have to go through this. You have to go through all of this crap, and it feels like you're halfway through. It feels like this is done, but this is going to be still happening, and this kind of overshadows all of this because you still need to continue to heal. But I feel like this is like your present is right here, and this is your future. And that's just going through that and getting that aha moment. All right, guys, that is it. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe, also comment below. Tell me if any of that resonated with you. And you're going to see my face right meow. All right, here I am. Okay, before I start babbling, let's cheers to our coven. Let's cheers to friendship. And let's cheers to our passions. Clink. So good. All right. So what to talk about? This week has been really interesting in a really great way. I have moved in my at work, and I moved my desk around, and now it's in a different spot, so it's fun. It's fun when you get to do a change, because it also does an energy shift, and I totally believe in that. And I'm getting used to it. I'm a creature of habit, so I do like it. I'm good with it. Also, this weekend, I want you to make sure that you do not only like this video, hit subscribe, and comment below, but I would also like you to follow me on Instagram and check out my Instagram stories, because I'm going to be offering those free readings that I do through my stories, which is just ask a question and then I just kind of do it and answer it on that. And then I am going to be doing a video reading as well. So that's really cool. And I love doing those. They're about a half an hour long, and it's really thorough. If you watch my New Year's pick a card, it's not like that because it's different. It's not like each month, but it's a lot of cards, and it's that kind of length that you're looking for. So it's really in depth. It's really, I love doing them. So I'm going to be offering those. I don't know how many, if I'm just going to do one, I don't know. So make sure that you do check out my Instagram and really do follow that. That'd be great. What else? Oh, I did my taxes, and it was baloney. I've never had to pay taxes until this year. It is the stupidest thing. I was madder than a rattlesnake last night. I was so ticked. I just had a bunch of profanities and was just like, what the heck? But trying to be optimistic, it was, well, that's because I'm successful, I guess. But, it's so annoying. And my coworker's like, well, you should have kids, and that's why. And it's like, not for taxes. So I'm good. Oh, it was funny. Anyways, yeah, it's been that. I have been doing really well on my steps. Today I actually hit 20,000 steps. I'm really stoked about that. And if you work at an office job like myself and you're like, how does one do that? It's called looking kind of like a dweeb and walking in place at your desk. But the thing is that I definitely can feel it, and it's not as great if you, like, obviously walking and everything. And I'm really waiting for it to warm up and not be so gloomy so I can go outside and go on walks for my break, and that's going to help as well. But I'm really, I really feel the benefits of it, and it just looked like a dweeb, and that's it. So accept me how I am. But besides that, I have a couple days off this coming week, so I'm trying to plan on doing stuff, and I think my first thing I want to do is go to Star Wars because I haven't seen it yet. I'm super ticked about that too. I want to see it. So I'm going to go by myself and go see that at some point. And then the Idaho Museum, that's in downtown Boise. That's across the street from BAM, which is the Boise Art Museum. They did a whole remodel and everything, and I've been dying to see it. So I think I'm also gonna do that during the day and just kind of bumble around like downtown because I love doing that and just get myself out there. Because yeah, I just feel like all of January, because it really resonated with my month card. It was the Hermit, and I totally felt that. I felt like I was a hermit crab, and I've been in my shell for too long, so I'm kind of getting cabin fever. I just I don't want to be in here anymore. And I feel bad because my little animals, they miss me. And me snuggle and everything, you know, but I just have to make sure that I get out, and that's what I'm planning on doing. So I don't know what else I'm going to do. There's other things that I might do. I might go thrift store shopping, get some clothes, or just trinkets. I don't know. We'll see. But since I have to pay my taxes... you have no idea how annoyed. Honestly, I was madder than a rattlesnake. If you've seen a rattlesnake pissed, that was me. It was like, what? But it is what it is. Trying to think anything else. I think that's it, guys. I'm kind of lame. Oh, I guess I can do a little brief before I run out of time. So my card of the month is 5 of Swords. So the one thing how I've learned with intuition and with tarot reading is doing a card of the day, which I do one on my Instagram. So again, follow me on Instagram and you get a card of the day. Seriously, every day, almost every day. Sometimes I don't do it, but for the most part I do. And this is how I learn cards, or how I learned cards, and I learned their meanings, was doing cards of the day. But now it's getting into the nitty-gritty of things, of how this card can relate. That's how I found certain cards mean certain things. For example, the biggest one is the 10 of Swords. When I found out that my cousin Tim was murdered, that was one of the cards I got. And it has followed me with other death situations, and that's why I'm very much it's a death card. I don't feel like the death card that's in the major arcana is death. I feel like it is endings and new beginnings, and it's very spiritual in that sense. And the 10 of Swords is not. So I've never had really a relationship with the 5 of Swords. The only thing I could really relate to it was RuPaul's Drag Race. All Stars with Trixie Mattel, and how she won is the feeling that I got out of this when I kind of looked it up. But in a personal aspect, I've never had one where it's that's what it is. So every month that I have these, I'm really interested to see how it manifests. Same thing happened with the Devil card too. And that happened towards the end of November of last year, because I was like, what is this? Well, I don't understand, because I'm not overeating, I'm not overindulging, I'm not obsessing. What is this? And then bam, there it was, and it was just like, oh. That's That's what it is. So I'm really excited for this Five of Swords energy. And it is a victory, but it doesn't feel like a victory. So I'm really anxious to see what it's all about. All right, guys. Well, that is it for this episode of Toasty Tarot Nights. Let's just cheers one more time. Cheers, my coven. You are beautiful. Clink. I hope you have a beautiful weekend and a safe weekend. And keep checking back on my channel. I will have some new readings coming up soon. And again, check out my Instagram and win a free reading. All right, guys, that's it. I will see you later. Bye.